Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Melanie, your She Shed Scrapper. So today I am back with a one-page layout following along with this week's A Cherry on Top weekly sketch challenge. You can see the sketch there to the left of the screen. I am using my Rosie Studio all wrapped up collection to document a Christmas musical that my son was a part of at school, I think in 3rd grade, and here we are in 6th grade already. So it's about time I document these memories. And he surprised us and sang a little bit in a trio. So that was really neat. I never really expected him to do that. So I am going to use this red paper and add that to the top because I wanted my title to show more. And I thought if I added it to the top, it was a less busy pattern than that floral paper on the bottom. And so that's kind of why I chose the placement of those two papers. Struggled getting this straight. It was probably straight enough, but then I started monkeying with it. So it is what it is. And we're just going to place the green paper on the bottom. This one did come together pretty quickly, as do several of my weekly sketch challenge layouts. I am going to use this gold polka dot paper kind of to map my photos. In the sketch, they kind of have a phrase paper, newspaper looking paper behind it. And so I just thought this would really just help my photos pop, plus bring in some gold, because I did have an idea, and I will do that idea for the layout. But if you remember the last time I used this collection, I made a shaker pocket, because I bought some of the frames from the collection, and a couple of them are snow globes, and I just think the snow globes are adorable as shaker pockets. So I am going to add a large embellishment to this layout. You can see kind of on the screen there that they don't usually give places, I guess, for large embellishments. Usually they're like tickets and tags and things. So for the most part, I do the general layout idea, and then I kind of embellish where I want to, because I do love the embellishing part. So I did get my title from my stash, and I like how the black shows up on that red paper there. I have some gold titles, but nothing I really wanted to piece together for this layout, but the Season of Wonder kind of seemed appropriate for kind of a Christmas program, and so that is what I chose for the title. Those are the gold title stickers from the collection. They had kind of these starry snowflake looking stickers, and so I did want to bring that gold in somewhere else, and so I did add a couple of those to either end of the title there. Here is the frame, I guess, the snow globe. So what I'm going to do is cut a piece of white paper out the size of the hole or a little bit bigger. That's going to be my background. Then I'm going to get my acetate out, and this I just got from Michael's, and then cut that same circle and tape that directly on the back side of the snow globe. So that will be kind of the first layer, and then I will add some thin foam tape around the edges of the snow globe, the circle part at least. And that thin foam tape I get right off of Amazon. I've bought it once, and the amount of times I use it, I still have quite a bit left. So you do get quite a bit in there. I really only use it for shaker pockets, and I don't do them off very often. So it was definitely worth my money. I don't know that I'll run out anytime soon. When you place this tape around the outside, you do want to make sure that the edges of the foam tape are flush to each other, because you don't want any of the sequins to escape. So I added gold sequins to the frame, and then just taped my white paper on the background. And there is my shaker pocket. So I am going to place that down here on the bottom. And then I will end up journaling as well. So I went into my stash and found my journaling strips from Close to My Heart. And I decided to add a few of them to the left of the snow globe. And I will just mention, like I already did, that he surprised us with singing as part of this little trio. That's what the one photo is. Not a great photo, but it captures kind of why this event maybe was a little more special. So I will kind of journal that there. I did go ahead earlier and place the holiday season chipboard pieces at the top, and then to bring in some more of that gold, I added a couple more of those stars, we'll call them. I don't really know what they are, to that cluster there. I do want to bring in a large floral cluster in the top right. I bought each of these pieces individually from Rosie Studio. A lot of times I will buy just the value kit, but this one was on clearance, I believe, and I think it's still on clearance. So I just thought all of these floral pieces were gorgeous. So I have that, and that is primarily my large embellishment, I guess, when I use this collection. So again, thank goodness I've kind of gotten away of using no flowers for my kids, my boys, because that would mean I couldn't use this collection pretty much at all with documenting my boys. So I am adding another floral cluster to the top of the journaling. I added a floral cluster to the snow globe just to kind of spruce that up a little bit. And once that is all done, that is going to finish off this layout. I will have the link for Rosie Studio down below. I also have a code for 10% off, and that will be down below in the description box as well. So definitely use that code and go check out Rosie's Studio. I hope you guys enjoyed this layout, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys.